YouTube Nation, what's going on? It's Matt Kennedy here, and today we're talking NFL news for Julio Jones. I'm not the best analysis out there in the whole world. Obviously, I'm being a teacher, not a sports journalist or a sports analysis, but it's still great insight here, I think, from a huge NFL fan, and I mean that. I'm a huge NFL fan. I am a huge Browns fan, but a bigger NFL fan. And that even goes towards Madden football. It's a big reason why I play Madden football because even though it's a video game and it's a bad video game, I still play it because of my love for the NFL, my love for the game. So football is a great sport. I think the pros are awesome at it. They make it look way easier than it really is. So I can't believe this. First of all, there's no first round pick involved. Congrats, Titans. Only a second and a fourth rounder. That's a no-brainer. Wow, it's a 2023 fourth round too. So next year's draft, or this year's draft, because this year is going to be pretty much like the next draft. They only lose a second rounder, and then the fourth rounder is going to be obviously for 2023 or two drafts from now. Okay, so what this means is the Atlanta Falcons are done. There is nothing left in this team besides Calvin Ridley, which will raise his fantasy value tremendously because now he'll be like way more targets. I also like Zacharias on that team. And they used to have Sanu, but he's gone now, obviously, for a long time now. But Hurst ain't that bad of an option for Matt Ryan. But Matt Ryan is pretty much screwed. He doesn't have that go-to guy anymore, Julio Jones downfield. It definitely helps the NFC South, 100%. Helps the NFC in general. And I'm not even sure if the Browns play the Titans. I hope not. I don't think we do, actually. We play, I want to say either... Wait, do we? No, we play the third place team, which was the Texans. So, thank God, dude. Oh, thank you, Jesus, that we don't play the Titans. Because I'm going to tell you right now, bro, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best team ever, 1 being this is like not helping the Titans at all, I would give it an 8. I think this helps the Titans a lot, but it's not what everybody thinks. Let me explain. The Tennessee Titans didn't even give up anything. So it's literally a free player almost, and they had the cap space for it, so why not, right? The Titans' problem was that second, third receiver production. Obviously, Corey Davis didn't get the job done, other stuff. Jonnu Smith is a great tight end. I don't know if I should say great. We'll say good. He's literally a half or above half tight end in the league, maybe around 12 to 15 range. I mean, I could settle for maybe number 17 here and there. Some tight ends are pretty good. They're very viable in the NFL. People can get it done. People are issue-washy. Now, Jonnu Smith's not the best run blocker with that body weight. He's more of a pass speed guy. But at the same point, they have some good pass options now. Number 1, Julio Jones. Number 2, A.J. Brown, of course. Number 3, now Jonnu Smith. Derrick Henry's not that bad of a catcher either. I mean, he does drop some balls. He's not the best catcher, but I mean, it's a run-first offense. And I think the biggest thing about Tennessee is they let Jack Conklin go. Jack Conklin, thank you so much for coming to Cleveland. Thank you so much, Tennessee, for getting rid of him. He is a great player. He was 25 last year, now 26-ish, plus or minus. The guy's a phenomenal right tackle. Obviously, Browns got Jedrick Wills, and then they got 2 all-pro guards, pretty much Wyatt Teller and Joe Bitonio. And then I would say still an average or above average center, J.C. Tretter. So the Browns have a full 5-0 line. Conklin was a big part of that Titans run to that AFC Championship 2 years ago. And I feel like the Titans' weakness is actually the O-line now on that offensive line. Can they now give time for Tannehill to find his receivers, Jones and A.J. Brown? Can the defense, this is why it's an 8. It's an 8 because I'm not buying it. The Colts are still a phenomenal team. They have a multi-back system. They now have Carson Wentz, who I like his upside. Yeah, he might not do what Phillip Rivers did, because Phillip Rivers was pretty good. He was. Yeah, he sucked versus the Browns. Yeah, he lost to the Jaguars. But let me just say this. He still had I'm gonna swear. He had a hell of a performance against the Bills, at Bills. He lost by what, 3 points? Rivers gave it his all. The Bills would probably go on to what? The AFC Championship. The Colts are going to, well, first of all, let's just say this. If the Titans don't win division, though, that's a huge choke. Let's get that out of the way right now. If the Titans do not win the AFC South, it is a huge choke. Yeah, their defense ain't that great, but with that offense, the weakness very well could be the O-line or Tannehill. People are always saying, how can you stop it? You're playing the run. You got to one. That's why corners are very necessary. That's why, hopefully the Browns, Greg Newsome can step up. I'm a huge Browns fan, so I'm a little bit biased here, but Denzel Ward's great. Hopefully he can lock down. I'm not saying he's going to lock him down like he's uncatchable. Julio Jones probably would win that matchup only because of the height, but I still like Denzel Ward against Julio Jones. I like our odds. I mean, of all corners in the NFL, not many can guard Julio, even though he is more on the older side. Julio Jones, early 30s? I'm not even sure how old he is. I mean, I'm sure the age is somewhere here. But Julio Jones, dude, he has always been one of my favorite receivers in the league. He's not like the biggest trash talker, but he's respectable. He's modest. He has played for a bad team now for so long. He went to a Super Bowl and he deserved to win, but 28-3, right? I just think overall, I'm not buying this whole Super Bowl worthy team. Here's why. But I do agree with top 5 now, top 4. See, I don't know, man. It's just the defense is not that great. I mean, Drew Casey was good 3-4 years ago. Now he's gone. He's been gone now for 2 years, or last year he left or whatever. Drew Casey was a big pass rusher. He's gone. I mean, who's the best defender they have? Kevin Byard. He's one safety in the whole team. I don't even know if they have Malcolm Butler anymore, dude. Their corners are kind of washed too. I don't even know, what? They had Wesley Woodyard years ago. Maybe they still have him. I know they had that young linebacker from Alabama. What's his name? I can't think of his name, but he's a really good linebacker for them. They don't have the defensive depth. The problem with the Cleveland Browns last year was offense was great. I would say a top run game, top O-line. We're doing great things, all that stuff, even without Odell Beckham, other stuff. The defense was pretty trash. It was definitely an average, slightly under average defense, especially with Myles Garrett coming back from COVID. Denzel Ward had COVID, other stuff. Grant Delpit out for the year. Vernon was injured, blah, blah, blah. But now look at the Browns. They add Jadeveon Clowney. They add Greg Newsome. They add Grant Delpit back. They add JOK. They add Anthony Walker. You literally add 5 or 6 pieces. Oh, let's not forget John Johnson. You add 6 pieces of this defense that are viable. They are viable players, folks, not backups like Carl Joseph. Not backups like you name it, right? These are some good players. Hopefully, Greedy Williams comes back healthy and all good. I don't see that in the Titans' defense. Yeah, they can score. Yeah, they can maybe outscore. But is that defense even a threat to play the Chiefs or Josh Allen and Diggs? To stop Nick Chubb in the run game, Kareem Hunt, that offensive line, Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Austin Hooper? What? Can the Titans defensively show up? That's the question. Are they a playoff team? No doubt. If they don't make the playoffs, one of the biggest chokes in the last 10 years. San Fran was a choke, but they had injuries galore. Injuries galore last year. So that was justified. I just think overall this Titans team is going to win the division. They should be favored, but don't rule out the Colts. The Colts still have a phenomenal team. Huge fan of Darius Leonard. Huge fan. And it's not like the Colts defense is way better. but it's still better, I think, than the Titans defense. I also like the coach a little bit more. Well, I love Frank Reich. I love him. I love the guy. Now, I also like Mike Vrabel, but I feel like with Derrick Henry run first, can Ryan Tannehill get done the shotgun? On a party note, you have to realize playoff football is all about two things: being consistent and also having a good quarterback. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, football is a team game. Yeah, it's this. Yeah, it's that. If you don't have a good quarterback, you should not be in the damn playoffs. Joe Flacco got Super Bowl MVP back in Super Bowl, 46, 47, 48? But he had Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. He literally had, I want to say it was Ray Rice, if not a different running back. He literally had some great receivers. I mean, I don't know about great receivers, but he did have some great players around him and a great coach, John Harbaugh. Not Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's Michigan. Like I said, guys, this Titans team is definitely a top 5 team, like no matter what. If they're not on your top 5 AFC, not NFL team, top 5 AFC. The defense is still lacking, but Julio Jones, one of the best additions you can give them. They need a receiver. They needed one, and they got it. I feel like Julio is still a top 5, top 7 in the league. Without a doubt. Objective. I just think this team should go pretty far in the playoffs. Hopefully get over the hump to beat Baltimore. But again, the defense still has to stop Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, Josh Allen. I still think it goes as this. Number 1, KC. Number 2, Buffalo. Number 3, Cleveland. Number 4 and 5 are Baltimore/Tennessee. Okay? And then going into number 6, 7 in the AFC, I definitely have the Colts. Chargers are up there 100% with the way Herbert's playing. I want to say Denver, but man, they really just can't get their effing things together. I might want to say 7, 8 is actually Patriots, because of those signings and all that stuff. NFC, I would probably still go with Rams, Packers up there. If Aaron Rodgers, they really need Julio Jones in Green Bay, but that's fine. As long as Rodgers and Adams still plays, I have them at least top 3. But yeah, give me your thoughts. The AFC is definitely the place to be now because the NFC just has, the Bucs. Let's not forget the Bucs. Okay, I almost forgot the Bucs, didn't I? They're definitely number 1 on my NFC list, but 100%. I definitely have the AFC being a little bit more depthful. The NFC, yeah, we have some powerhouses. Yeah, we have the Bucs, the Niners when healthy. Yeah, we have the Rams, Packers. But I feel like the AFC now has 5 stacked teams. These teams are stacked, with some great stars. Titans, Ravens, Browns, Chiefs, Bills, those teams aren't easy. And even though the Bills don't have all these stars, they still play phenomenally. Cole Beasley, he balls out. The he's not really considered a star, but he balls out. Hopefully Gregory Rousseau can help out with Jerry Hughes getting pressure for that Buffalo Bills defense front. I'm going to get going. Hope this video helped. Take care. And I'm not a Titans fan, but I'm happy for the fan base. Congratulations on the addition for Julio Jones. I'm a Browns fan. I look forward to the competition in the AFC. Bye-bye.